blastmusic247.com. We're changing the industry, one artist at a time.
Hello, welcome everybody. Happy Tuesday. We have a special someone joining today. She is amazing. She is crazy. She is brilliant. She is intelligent. She is it all. Okay. Crazy Carla is joining us today.
Hey, sis.
Hey. And I had the pleasure of being interviewed on her show a couple of weeks ago, and we had a blast.
We did.
The topic that I chose today, she's just like the perfect person to talk about it, okay? But before we get started, we're going to start out with the motivational quote, okay? And for today, it's going to be, people often say that motivation doesn't last. Well, neither does a bath. That's why they recommend it every day, okay? So, got to motivate yourself every day.
Boing. Yes.
It is not easy.
It's not.
But you got to do it. The same way you get up, and we hope that you take a bath every day.
Please.
She said, please.
At some point.
At some point in the day.
Even if it's a bird bath, like your grandma say, go in there and rinse it off.
Yeah. And we were taught that it was a whole bath.
Yeah, a whole bath is a bird bath. It's the same thing. Just depend on if your parents is saved or not.
There you go.
Okay.
There you go. It was a whole bath, and it was don't wear red on Fridays. Okay.
Don't wear red on Fridays?
Don't ask me why. It was don't wear red on Fridays, and we could not wear red fingernail polish.
Listen, now my granddad, my big dad, honey, he cannot stand no woman with red lips. He called it scarlet. He said, you was not going to church with scarlet on your lips. Girl, one of the few times my granddad ever put his hands on me, I was in the back seat. We was going to church. I had on some red lipstick. First of all, I wasn't supposed to even have no, we had just thought, I went to a church where we didn't wear makeup. So they lifted the little law and said we could wear makeup. Baby, I had on the reddest lipstick.
Not lifted the law.
Lifted the church laws that we could wear makeup. Honey, and I was sitting back there in the back seat with them big red lips. Honey, my granddad looked in that mirror. He said, girl, he turned around like he wasn't driving and grabbed me by my lips.
That's how it was back then. Snatch you up real fast. You took it off, didn't you?
Girl, I was traumatized. I did not wear red lipstick again until I was grown and married.
I just started wearing red lipstick maybe almost 10 years ago. I didn't wear it either. And
because I was always taught that's a whole color. You don't wear no red. And now I wore my red fingernails. Now I ain't care, but I won't wear no red lips because my big daddy would always jump straight in my head, honey. And I don't know what happened to him. They have such an aversion to scarlet lips.
Yeah.
But he didn't like that, honey.
Yeah, he had to get you in check real quick. But yeah, that's the quote, the motivational quote for today.
That's a good one.
Before we dive in, so today I needed it. Okay, now I know that I typically have a little drink or whatever, and it's just to add on to the feel, the ambiance or whatever. But today I needed it because today I ain't gonna complain. But my phone rang all day.
Oh,
just been busy. So definitely needed an adult beverage. Of course, it's in my lovely Gemini.
And happy Gemini season to you,
Thank
sis.
you.
Happy
It's in my
Gemini
lovely Gemini
season.
cup. And today, now I know that I've been working on this whole Tito's and lime juice with no calories and no sugars and all of that. But at this point, it's June 3rd. The party's June 21st. And if I ain't gonna lose 7 pounds by then, it is what it is.
Girl,
So
listen.
just poured a little peach crown.
Oh, yeah.
And put a little of the light ginger beer in it.
Oh, yeah.
That's different, huh? And it tastes good.
Oh, I know it do.
Yeah. So
I love that ginger beer, honey.
I do too. But that's my concoction. And what do you have?
I have my fruit infused waters that I made. I just put it in my martini glass to make it look pretty. But as you can see, I have lemons and strawberries, black cherries, and grapes in my water, and I let them sit. So I have like 3 jars of water in my fridge. And I've been drinking like these waters, and it's really cleared my skin up and all the things. But I shall have alcohol Thursday on Crazy Carla's Concoctions. Don't worry. Okay.
Yeah. You have to have it. You have to have it. So how's the weather there? Let everybody know where you are.
It's beautiful here today. I wish I could flip this camera because I'm looking right out my back door.
Yeah.
It is almost 80 degrees here in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, which is where I am in the great North Kakalaki.
I was going to ask that because I've all my life since a little girl, I've always referred to North Carolina as North Kakalaki. Is it Notre Dame? Notre Dame is North Carolina.
No,
the North Carolina colors.
The Tar Heels.
The Tar Heels?
Yeah, it's light blue. Duke and North Carolina are our most famous basketball teams.
Okay, well,
so it's Carolina blue and Duke Blue Devils blue. Those two blues.
That was the adolescent days, but I've always called it North Kakalaki. And I know one time I said that and someone got offended. So is that an offensive name?
No.
Okay, that's what I thought. And I'm like, why are you getting mad because I'm saying North Kakalaki?
It's North Kakalak or North Kakalaki. A lot of people from here say that. And South Carolina too. They call it South Kakalaki. I guess because it's an homage. Well, I can see why it was offensive. Because really it's Pidgin English, which the Gullah people spoke, and they call it Kakalak.
Oh.
The slaves.
Okay.
But if it was good enough for my ancestors, it's good enough for me.
Hello.
Whatever. People always just go too far.
Say that, knowing that my roots are North Kakalaki.
Oh yeah, you told me that.
Yeah.
Girl, you never know. We might be related because, honey, it's a small world. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
But I will be there for I'll be digging. I think I'm gonna come Thursday. Like probably come Thursday to allow me some time.
Yes.
To, figure out where my roots are, kind of go visit a little bit.
Do it.
Yeah, like you said, go in and kind of ground myself there, touch the big Bryant tree that supposedly is still there. I don't know, but we'll see.
It's going to be an experience because, the trees. I'm getting choked up. I don't know why I'm so emotional. This is crazy, but you know what? Full moon coming.
Yep, it is.
So the trees tell us so much without talking out loud. But if you ever just put your hand on a tree, it's almost like you get a rush of emotion. It's like she puts things in your hand. And I know people think I'm crazy, but I'm a tree hugger if you don't know that. Yeah. I'm a person that literally goes outside and hugs trees, and I touch the plants like they pets and stuff because I love that. Yeah. And I believe they have an energy that we need. And when you go back to your ancestral place and touch that tree, I want you to tell me what happened.
Okay. I'll do that. And we talked briefly when I inboxed you, and I did go and buy soil like you advised, right? And I haven't opened it or whatever, but I just, I continue to pray. God answers prayers. You don't answer them right away sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
He answers them. I've gotten a little bit better in regards to, nature as far as insects and bugs. So like I got this big old tree I'm looking at in my front yard, right? And all I keep thinking about, it's beautiful. It's nice and thick and solid. And all I keep thinking about is this moment that I put my face on that tree, something is going to get me.
It's not. No, man. Lord help her, God. Put the North Carolina back in her, Jesus. Let her know it's all right. Touch son, Uncle Tom.
Every time I think about it, or either I look and it's an ant, it is something. And I'm like, oh, no, I can't. But that's why I went and bought the soil, because I don't think that there's anything in the bag. And once I open the soil up and place it down, I can, put my hands in it and everything. So it's been raining here in Texas a lot.
Here too. Yesterday was the first day it didn't. Well, it was overcast yesterday morning, but it's been like that for a week. Yeah.
And it's been on and off for the past 2-3 weeks here. It looks like tonight is supposed to get it in. It's crazy, but I don't want to get real deep or nothing like that. But it's just so funny to sit and actually watch the last book play before our eyes, if that makes sense. The crazy things that are, that are happening. It's like, prime example. As long as I've been living, the 49 years I've been on earth, I have never in my life saw so many people lose their life or injured from lightning. 3 houses burned down, including one of my colleagues with my brokerage, from lightning. 2 children were struck and killed by lightning on the beach the other day. And then about 12 people were struck by lightning and injured on another beach trying to hold a canopy together.
Because they messing with the weather.
Blew my mind, because I know of lightning. And, we was raised, turn everything off. Turn TVs off, unplug this, do this.
Turn your mouth off, everything. Yeah.
Yeah. But wow, just the way that it's, I've never. And these people lost their homes. The lightning just struck their house and it just.
Oh gosh, that's terrible.
Yeah. So now it's like, I try my best not to live in fear. And I know that my house is protected. I bless it every month. Right.
Right.
I even visually see the angels lingering over my house. I know it sounds crazy. That's why I'm stuff, but I literally see them over my house when I'm laying and my eyes are closed. But crazy stuff like that, it just make you be like, wait a minute, what is going on?
It's a lot of foolishness going on in the world, but it's because the spirit of people has changed.
Yes, the spirit and the spirits in high places.
It's a lot.
It is.
But a lot of stuff that's happening too is the time has ended for our ancestors to not retaliate.
The closed mouth is now open.
Well, no, we're not going to get into that, but veils are lifting.
Yes, they are.
And so things are happening that people aren't used to. But, you know how they say karma?
Yes, she's real.
Very.
Very.
So, yeah. And God is real. And all these things
are real. And that's why.
Which is why when you told me about this topic.
Yes, I was about to say.
You have to be grounded.
Yeah.
And you have to know how to ground, because this world is crazy and it will make you crazy. Mm-hmm. Just watching what happens to other people, just the stuff that goes on with you. I mean, I had a crazy week last week. I don't get on social media and cry about the things that happen to me, but trust me, Carla goes through plenty.
Yeah.
like the average person.
Because it's the same here. Think this just certain situations and just out the blue. It's like, I want to say the devil is busy with things around and in people. But see, when you are grounded, okay, and then just to let you guys know, we're gonna go ahead and dive into the topic of, are we healing or just getting our nails done? Because this is a part of it. I can't show mine because I'm trying to wait until like the last week before my birthday. So mine is just terrible. But that's exactly why when you know you're truly healed, okay, because the things that have been going on is, trouble in paradise in my home, associations, and I'm unbothered.
You might as well be.
Because at the end of the day, you can't control people and you can't control what they need to work on. You just focus on you. And one of the things that I've learned in this past week is that's how I know I'm truly healed, because let it have been about 10 years ago, my retaliation would have been absolutely horrific.
Girl, you said like the wrath of God, horrific. That's how I'm telling you. Girl, you air and I'm fire.
Yeah.
So when you stir us the wrong way, you already know the wind. There's nothing like a tornado or a hurricane, right?
Yep.
Well, tornado especially, because that ain't nothing but wind. But a fire, when it get out of control, it's crazy. And you can't contain it. It takes a while.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And that's how I used to be when I was younger. Like, I would get so angry. But that's because at that time, I had never been to therapy. I was an uninvolved Leo. I was a church Leo, living off of the things that grandma and granddaddy said and all these things, but I didn't know nothing about no shadow work.
Yeah.
I didn't know nothing about sitting with myself and crying and screaming and doing all those things with myself instead of taking it out on other people.
Correct.
But then when you start seeing that stuff rear up in your kids, you have to address it.
Yeah. 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 Well, I'm very, very, very proud of myself. You know what I'm saying? There is just, because, my nickname growing up was Little Bitch. That was the nickname. I mean, I was the most meanest, don't care, ready to fight, ready to whatever kid, I'm still sarcastic, but I know how to pick and choose. But
you a Gemini, y'all. It's just a gift.
I tell people all the time, y'all think we be playing and you think it's funny, but when I say, keep us in your prayers, sometimes really do that. There is times when you wake up and you're like, I don't know who the hell I am today. There's times when you're sitting around and you're one way, and then you're wondering why 15 minutes later, why am I sitting here with a damn attitude? Where did it come from? Nobody did nothing. Nobody said nothing. Just out of the blue. Mm-hmm. So my Gemini mixed with menopause.
Oh, girl, ain't it something?
It don't work out sometimes. It's too much, but I am just really proud of myself because my mouthpiece, baby, when I say that my best friends were men, I'm not really a woman person. I don't know what it is about women that I don't know what it is, because I'm always me all the way around all the time. But for whatever reason with women, it just don't work. So I've always been around guys because my skin is thick and I like to have fun and talk crap. And you know what I mean? The emotional and sensitive part, I don't really resonate with that. And it's so funny how God it seems like everybody he places in my life is an emotional creature. Isn't that weird?
But that's usually how it is.
I mean, it's like, come on already. So it's like I can relate, but I can't relate. So why do you keep these type of people, in my life? My husband, Completely 2000% opposite. Our pictures is in the dictionary next to opposite.
Really?
Yes. He's a Cancer. So, and I'm like, so maybe there's something in it for me, and I've learned that it is, because there was a compassionate side that I needed to develop that I did not have.
Okay.
I never was a compassionate person, an affectionate person at all. When my mom was killed, I really became a total bitch. I did not care. Somebody could say, girl, my mama died last night. I used to be like, okay. What you want me to do about it?
Your mother was killed?
Yes. But yes, she was. And it was
I'm so sorry to hear that.
Yes.
Like, I'm just sitting here like, what?
By the hands of a man covered up by accident. So with that, there was not only damage before that, even after that, there was a lot of damage, and I never knew why. Right? Everybody would say, why are you so like the men in my life? Like my husband right now is one lucky cat. Baby, when I say he one lucky cat, because if he had caught me a good 10, 15 years ago, he ain't no way in the world he would have asked me to marry him. That's why I say I'm proud of myself. Hey, Lauren. That's why I say, Lauren, Carla's where you're from.
Oh, she's from Carolina?
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's why I say it feels good to be able to just not even worry about anything, whatever transpires, because it's been proven that the universe and my ancestors fight my battles.
And they do.
I don't have to fight them anymore.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
So when it comes to healing, for me, it takes work. There's a difference between healing and self-care. I think the self-care part is, oh, let's get our nails done. Let's get our hair done to make you feel good. That's just, a lot of people focus on the outside. That's the outside, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is in the inside. And that takes work. And sometimes that work don't feel good when you're complacent.
Well, I think it goes hand in hand. I was trying to find a book. I be hiding stuff from myself because sometimes I get overwhelmed with the shadow work. And that's something people don't tell you about. Like when you really start working on yourself, sometimes you don't even want to deal with not only other people, but you just don't even want to look at yourself because you're like, wow.
Yes.
Like, wow. Right?
Yes.
And for everybody, it's different. Now, for me, I'm the opposite of you. I'm an empath, which makes me compassionate to the 100th power.
Yeah.
And I've always been the person who always put myself in other people's shoes.
Yeah.
But as I started getting older, I realized that the average person do not give a damn about me and my little feelings.
Yeah.
And I'm double emotional because I'm a Pisces moon and an Aquarius rising.
Yeah.
So when I tell you I can sit and watch a commercial and be just, I've always been that way.
But here's the crazy thing that I'm not going to say I don't appreciate. I won't say that.
Okay.
That's why I say God answers prayers, and he might answer them today, tomorrow, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years later. But I prayed after my mother, I lost her. She was my world. She was my everything, like literally. So
how old were you when your mom passed?
I was 24.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I think I was 24. Yeah.
You were young.
Yeah. And married with a kid and still needed her for every single thing. Everything.
Me too.
But when she passed, like I went through this whole thing of me blaming myself for her death, because when I met the man, she introduced me to him. It was something that came over me. And I just was like, So I went in my sister's room after I met him. I said, he gonna be the death of mommy. So when it happened, for years, I blamed myself because it rolled off of my tongue, right? I feel like I spoke it up. And I would always, and then I felt her death the night that it happened because, hi, good evening. Because I wanted to kill myself that day, right? I wanted to kill myself. And I was like, wait, I've had psychological issues in the past. I've been in mental wards and everything else, medications, everything else. Okay. But it was weird that I felt that way. And so my friend was like, call your mom. I said, I can't call my mom with this. I'm way in Columbus, Ohio. That'll kill her, for me to be feeling this way, and she's way in California. So I talked to her grandmother. And I talked to her grandmother. She calmed me down. We read scriptures, whatever the case may be. And sure enough, that morning at 3 a.m., I got the phone call that my mother was dead. So after all of that, I used to pray to pastor, like, I want compassion. I want patience. These are things that I want. Here's the crazy part. That was back in 99, 2000, right? Do you know just recently, I'm 49, be 50 in a couple of weeks. And just recently, I have become so like compassionate. I'm mad at myself. I was on Facebook watching them military come home things this morning, tears just falling.
Yes.
I said, wait a minute. This ain't me. But be careful what you pray for.
Listen, I learned a long time ago, do not pray for patience. And God, I was like, I'm never praying for patience again. And I haven't, never, ever since that time. Excuse me, child. And I was like, I refuse. You got to watch your mouth.
You do. It's very, the tongue is very powerful. Very powerful. And I've learned that even with me, like I say, my sister's an empath. And it's so funny because these are things that she would talk to me about. And I was so Bible. You know what I mean? And she was just like, no, type of thing. Yes and no type of thing. Let's say that. That it was just so foreign to me, but now that I actually know that it's real and I speak and I manifest, I've learned that the tongue is truly powerful. Truly powerful.
Well, and not just that, listen to what you said. You were Bible. Some of the meanest people I know can quote that Bible backwards and forwards.
Yes.
And some of the sweetest people I know don't have no use for it.
Hold on, I'm trying to read that. I got my glasses on.
Is that somebody talking on the screen?
Yeah,
I can't even see that.
The worst word ever created was, yes.
Yes, honey.
Yes.
Now you can fool around and ask for it if and you, as my grandma would say, if and you want to, But, baby, you better be ready. Whatever you ask God for, God really do have a sense of humor.
Yes, he does.
Which I have learned throughout the years. Yes, and you better be specific when you ask him something, because girl, he'll, girl, just some of the things I have said, and then when you get it, you be like, wow, God, that is not how I wanted it. He said, you didn't say how you wanted it, just said you wanted it.
When I moved here to Texas, I went to IBOC, Ricky Rush. I went to his church, right? He has a book out called May I Take Your Order?
I never heard of him.
Ricky Rush?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, he's here in Dallas. And
he's a minister? Okay.
Uh-huh. And he has a book out called May I Take Your Order?
Okay.
And I read that, because I was trying to I moved here, no family, no friends. I was just trying to find some type of something. And that's when it taught me that when you pray, be specific about it. If you want a car, don't just say, Lord, I want a car. Lord, I want a black car with black rims. I want a sunroof. I want electric. I want the chairs to go this way. I want this to go that way.
I got my car.
When you praying for a man, don't just say, oh, Lord, send me a man. Okay. You got to be specific about it. Specific, whatever. And you got to say, I need him to be this. And I did do that. I never I married when I was young, so I don't count that, right? I didn't even know who the hell I was. But when I did, I said, Lord, if you got a man for me, I'm doing Miko. I'm enjoying life. But if there is a husband out there for me, I need him to be this, and this. And it's so real because I say 90% of it is real. The only part is we 10 years apart. Other than that, like,
who's older, you or him?
Me.
You a cougar girl.
Thanks a lot, Carla.
It's okay. Damn, somebody got to be. Listen, Carla is old enough to date Willie and Raekwon, and she do. And it's okay.
Yeah, but
That's
you know,
wonderful.
So you say that you feel like the healing and the self-care goes hand in hand.
It does. Because as women, especially as Black women, we neglect ourselves a lot more than what we should. And there are certain things, especially if we're trying to save some money.
Yeah.
We'll be like, oh, girl, I can't go get my nails done. I can't go get my hair done. I mean, because it's a bill. Let's be honest.
It is.
Right? And the things. But once you start going through and learning what makes you tick and what doesn't make you tick, self-care at that point becomes a necessity.
Yes.
So certain things you have to do because it's tied into your inside person too.
Yes, it is.
For me, I have to, like, if you come in my house, music is always playing.
Yeah.
I always have music on somewhere, right? But I realize it's because it's not just me. It's literally ancestral. I found out that I come from a long line of musicians, artists, storytellers, like all the way back to Africa, right? And so that is a way that I soothe myself with music.
Yes.
I soothe myself with music, going to concerts, soothing, going to listen to music, soothing. Hearing people sing and play music, soothing. Watching people create music, soothing. It's part of my self-care. So it's not just that I'm listening to music, I'm actually healing myself.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely.
And so for you, it could be, what's something you like to do?
Music and sing.
So
we're gonna jump right back to, let's let VP do his thing real fast.
Yes.
And then we'll come right back.
Okay.
All righty. Well, for tonight, I decided to bring my man Elijah Rosario, and this song is called Best of Me. So let's check it out.
Say what's on your mind, tell it like it is. Is there something in your heart wanting part in it? If that's the case, then girl, just say so. Games, I ain't tryna play those. Know you protective of your heart. Know you healing from the scar. Well, how about tonight we just put all our worries aside? Take advantage of this moment. Hold me tight, I'm talking close. I've been seeing clearly lately. Ain't no guarantee, just maybe. One thing that I'm certain of, I can't live without your touch, no. Kiss me like the first time that we met. Love me like we'll never love again. I'll save you every time before myself. Don't want nobody else. Give you the best of me. I know you ain't need a feeling, not just talking sexually. You like the dance in the mirror, you do it so graciously. I feel like nothing else matters when you laying next to me. When you laying next to me, give you the best of me. I know you ain't need a feeling, not just talking sexually. You like the dance in the mirror, you do it so graciously. I feel like nothing else matters when you laying next to me. I'll give you the best of me.
Don't wanna waste no time. You know a good girl's really hard to find. You've been heavy on my mind. Boy, talk is cheap, better wait in line. Love the way I'm on to the baseline. Waist waistline. Bad girl, not only on FaceTime. You know true love really takes time. Can't find a love if you ain't mine, no. Watch me wind it slow. Watch you lose control. Just wanna let you know this is how the thing goes. Make him spend 6 figures on the bling. African bad girl deserve the finer things. Private jets, baguettes, and diamond rings. Summertime drop top money ain't a thing like what it seemed like.
Kiss me like the first time that we met. Love me like we'll never love again. I'll save you every time before myself. Don't want nobody else. Give you the best of me. I know you ain't need a feeling, not just talking sexually. You like to dance in the mirror, you do it so graciously. I feel like nothing else matters when you laying next to me. When you laying next to me, give you the best of me. I know you ain't need a feeling, not just talking sexually. You like to dance in the mirror, you do it so graciously. I feel like nothing else matters when you laying next to me. I give you the best of me.
And that is my boy Elijah Rosario with Best of Me. And if you are an independent artist or a spoken word poet or up and coming comedian looking for some exposure, you can go to blastmusic247.com, register for free. But Blast is also looking for the fans. So if you're a fan of great music, you too can go to blastmusic247.com, register as an unlimited fan, and have access to hundreds of independent music. So there's a QR code, scan it, and get you to blastmusic247.com. We're changing the industry one artist at a time. All right, ladies, back to y'all.
Thanks, VP.
Elijah, he's a North Carolina dude too. Shout out Elijah. So we were talking about you and music and singing.
Yes, I can't see you though.
It doesn't matter. No, really, it doesn't matter. If it brings you joy and it brings you peace, sometimes it's not for other people, it's for you.
Yeah. Are you talking about you being on screen or what heals me?
What heals you? You said singing and music.
Yeah. So yeah. Definitely. Music is just in my blood. My mom was a DJ. I used to DJ. So music is everything to me.
Okay.
You know, that's what when I lost her, I joined the choir. That comforted me. You know what I mean? So singing is a joy. You know, I'm the karaoke queen.
Me too.
And I sing for therapy. I tell everybody all the time, this is my therapy session. So I'ma sing whatever my heart sings. And if the note is wrong, if it's right, if it's too loud, if the words is wrong, don't worry about it. This is therapy. Ain't nobody perfect in therapy. That's why you in therapy. Okay.
And that's amazing. It's wonderful.
It is. But it's so funny that you said that about self-care. Because I have a girlfriend, over 25 years we've been friends, and I keep continuing to instill that in her. Sometimes we have to do for ourselves, no matter what's going on. I was a single mom for a long time, right? Mm-hmm. And, it was one of them things where I got to do something that will make me feel good. So if that meant that I had to pay half the light bill this month, or I had to
make a payment arrangement,
or rearrange some stuff to maybe go get my nails done, done, I did it. And so I've been telling her, I just this girl, look, let me tell you something. You making a payment arrangement on that bill, baby, them people is not gonna go out of business. It is okay.
And when you die, they still gonna be getting their money. It's okay to sometimes go out and enjoy yourself. Go out and have a bite to eat with yourself or your girls. I've even learned how to go eat by myself because I'm tired of waiting on people. Girl, I go to the movie. I do a lot of things alone. And
I was gonna go to the movies today by myself because it's $6 Tuesday. Like when you wait on people, you wasting time waiting on folks.
And I refuse. Like, I'm one of those people. Hey, Sean.
Hi.
I'm one of those people who I like to people watch because it gives me ideas to watch people. And as loud as I can be very quiet. I'm very cat-like, which is weird because I hate cats, but I'm a Leo. So I like to go to bars and watch people. Okay. And I used to do it all the time. I would dip off and go to, and you know, my mom, that's not safe. But it helped me.
Yeah.
Right? As an actress, I didn't realize it then. But watching people and copying people all throughout the years helped me to become the actress that I am.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, crazy part about it is you actually learn from people.
Yeah.
You learn from people. You learn things. I know that I do. I just love, you know, that's that social butterfly in me, the Gemini in me. That's how I know I dated myself. Yes. Now,
yes.
I thought about vacations. I've been thinking about that. You know, my husband travels the world and works, so he's really never home. It's hard for us to plan trips. But I thought about that. Like this party that I'm having for my Golden Jubilee, I really want to cancel it.
I wish I could come.
I wish you could too, because you would enjoy yourself. But
girl, I want to come to Dallas anyway. You know, my baby brother lives in Dallas.
You need to come on because we're gonna have a good time.
Wow.
A good time. But you know, I want to cancel it, but you know, family members have gotten plane tickets already and stuff like that. So, but I thought about it. I said, well, you know what? If I did cancel, would I be able to go on a vacation by myself? But then here go that little cuckoo part of me. Oh shoot, people coming up missing in Puerto Rico and Puerto Vato and
you won't. I went to Puerto Rico by myself several times.
Yeah, but I guess nowadays you just really have to watch your back or watch yourself.
We've always had to watch our back.
Yeah.
This is what people don't understand. Black people have always been a target, especially Black women.
Yes.
And now everything's just televised. Yeah. But we've been coming up missing for years. We've been getting beat on for years. We've been getting victimized, all kinds of things. And so most Black women can be really soft or really gangster. It just depends on the situation because we have had to learn how to protect ourselves.
Yeah. And see that part, I'm from South Central Los Angeles because I ain't got no problem with that part. It's just one of those things where that's why a lot of people carry air tags on them now. So that someone always knows. You know, and
I always tell my closest friends or my sister where I am. Yeah. Like if I'm going out somewhere off the beaten path, I'll be like, listen, okay, this is where I'm at. Right. If you don't hear from me by such and such time, come looking for me.
Right.
You have to be like that.
That's what we call it. Jamaica twice alone. Now that's an OG right there.
Now if you go to a resort or somewhere.
Yeah. You know, I'm not saying I can't do it. I just ain't really took the time out to do it. But when it comes to things locally, I'm learning to just, you know, I just don't depend on people anymore. And it's not in a bad way because everybody got their reasons in their life. You know what I'm saying? But
right.
If I sit and wait on somebody else, you know, then I'm just missing out on life, you know, because now I'm not doing something because of their circumstances. You know what I mean? So I just don't. But in regards to healing, I don't think that people know how much work has to be put in to truly heal. And it's ugly work, right? It's ugly work.
Yes.
It's a matter of sitting down and finding your faults. You know, you have to take accountability for the things that you lack in, right? You're so right about what you said earlier. There's been times where I couldn't look at myself in the mirror. Like I couldn't. I don't do that anyway. And people be thinking that, but one, I've always been a tomboy. I went through my girly era where I wore the heels and the suits and I did all of that. Now that I'm just your realtor in sneakers, okay? I'm gonna throw on a blazer and some fly sneakers and I'm gonna call it a day. But I never was the type, like I can go, when I went to the clubs and stuff, I never look in the mirror. I literally never look in the mirror. When I go out to eat or whatever, and I go in the bathroom, I'm washing my hands and I'm out of there. I don't even look in the mirror. I'm not a mirror person. But it's been times that, no lie, Carla, I've looked in the mirror and literally saw the devil. I know that's crazy.
But mirrors are portals. And so mirrors are used for healing.
At that time, it was a very dark space I was going through.
And you literally can see yourself, right?
Yes.
So one of the things that's crazy, you said that, because one of my friends, I just told her last week, one of the ways I healed myself is I follow several healers, and not just Christian healers, like healers, right? And one of my favorite healers, she had me doing activity, and I just do it sporadically now. I used to, at one point, I was doing it like once a week because I had to, because of the purging that comes with it. But I'm going to tell you something, and I want you to do it, and it's going to be uncomfortable.
Okay.
But you need to stand in the mirror and look yourself dead in the eyes and say all the stuff that you wanted your mama to say out of her mouth to you as a child, and all the things that you know that you would say to your child if you could, but say them to yourself to affirm yourself. So you start looking in the mirror and you say, you know, I am loved. I am worthy. I'm complete. I'm okay. It's okay that I'm flawed. It's okay that I'm heavy. It's all the things. I love you, Carla. I love you. And you start talking to yourself like that, you'll bust out crying. You might want to start throwing stuff because it feels so crazy.
Yeah.
To admit that these are the things, because stuff will just start pouring out. You'll say stuff to yourself and be like, where did that come from? But it's the things you want to hear. Your inner self will tell you what you want. And it's hard sometimes, you know, when you say these things to yourself, like, I'm tired of men trying to make me a side chick. I remember I said that one day, and I just stood there and looked at myself like, because I had never said it out loud.
Yeah.
And it hurt me so bad when I said it out loud, because I had always thought it, but I had never said it.
Yeah.
You know, things of that nature.
You don't want to speak things into existence, even though it may be or may not be, but you just don't want to speak on it. Because like I said, the tongue is powerful.
It's powerful, but you can also cancel clear things when you say them, you know. And that's something I learned from one of my mentors, Mercedes Miller. You can say a thing, but you can cancel clear and wipe it away. Listen, I cancel clear that. Or, you know, the church people, I rebuke that.
Yeah.
I rebuke that. Right?
Right.
And I say for me, my true path to healing has always been books. Once I started, I've always been a reader. My mom said I was reading at 2 and 3 years old.
Yeah.
And I love books because books can transport you, right? But you can also learn a lot. And unbeknownst to me, when I was younger, I started becoming who I am today the moment I read the autobiography of Malcolm X. I read that book and I was like, wow.
Yeah.
And certain books like grab a hold of you. I read Disappearing Acts by Terry McMillan. You remember that book?
Yep, sure do.
And I was living with the most raggediest man in the earth.
Not the most raggediest.
Raggedy. He was raggedy. Okay. Well, he was living with me, correction. And the minute I finished that last page, I put that book down. I packed up all his stuff and put it outside, had the locks changed, and lived a lovely life. But books, other people's words and thoughts can help you to fix yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, that is very true. That is
Joyce Myers. I don't care what nobody say about Miss Joyce. Miss Joyce have helped me throughout the years.
Yes, she is everything. I used to watch her every morning. Even enlightening books. Like I'm reading a book right now. Can't think of the actual name on the cover page. It's upstairs, but it's about learning your aura color. So interesting, because I never knew what my color was. But it's also you're learning the other colors, and then as you're learning the other colors, you're matching that with the people in your life. And
I see purple and blue over you, and I see it every time I talk to you.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I see colors all the time around people.
Yeah, my sister does that too, but just reading and the characteristics, my aura color is red.
Yeah, I can see that too.
Yeah,
but that like you have a reddish purplish tint right around you right now while you're talking.
Oh wow, it's not my SayLess little
No. Like it's highlighting your face. I see it around I see it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna have to.
And that's your energy, and it's okay. Some people can't see it, but they can feel it.
They can feel it, yeah. Because
some people can hear it.
And speaking of which, I think VP already did it for me, but I'm making an appointment with Myra. I've already created my profile. Because it's been a minute. And I feel like it's time. It's been 4 years since my last.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's time, especially me reaching my little golden jubilee. This next chapter in life, I'm like, Chad, what you doing? And when I turned 30, I cried. And when I turned 40, I cried. So I don't know what the hell I'm going to do when I turn 50.
Probably cry. And it's okay because I did. I was just happy to make it.
Yeah, yeah.
Because my dad died so young.
Yeah.
And I outlived my dad. I always say that I outlived my dad. I outlived my grandfather. My dad's father, he died young.
Yeah.
And so these books, where is the book? Oh, look, this book I've been reading right here. I'm going to show you 2 books that I recommend to everybody. One is called Notes from Your Therapist.
Okay.
And if you don't have this book, I bought this book for all my friends, girl, and sent it to them. Because this is a book that is worth having. Okay. It's an actual therapist.
A therapist or your therapist?
No, Notes from Your Therapist. And the author, her name is Allison, Alllyson. And her last name is Dineen, Dinneen. Okay. And when I tell you, like she has Post-its in here, right? They're actual notes she wrote during therapy sessions with people. And one of them says, I'm allowed to grieve relationships and things that I can't fix.
Okay.
And this one, she's from North Carolina, right here in Winston-Salem, but she is a social media phenomenon. Her name is Candace Bimbo, and she has a book called The Red Lip Theology. This is somebody who went to school to be a minister. And baby, God sat her down and let her know about the good church folk and the foolishness that is going on. Huh? And I'm telling you, and how it says for church girls who've considered tithing to the beauty supply store one Sunday morning isn't enough. It's very comical, but at the same time, it's very enlightening because there's so many Black people, especially Black women, who have church hurt, who get to a place where you're like, is this what do I even really believe in God at this point?
Yeah.
Because I think we all go through that. What do I believe in?
Yeah, you're right. And also too, like I say, after my mom, I joined church because it fulfilled me. It fulfilled that void that I had. So I became just acclimated in church. I had the church keys. I was the choir president. Like I just church. We going to Vegas, baby. I can't do that because I can't miss choir rehearsal. I can't miss church on the praise and worship. I'm on praise and worship team. I'm on this. I'm on that. And my sister was kind of opposite, but never knocked it. Right. So when I moved here, not knowing nothing to nobody, I come from an smaller, intimate church in Cali. Their church out here non-denominational, and they're mega churches out here.
Yeah, I heard.
And so I went to that, and I ended up, it was a couple of things that happened with IBOC or whatever, but like one of the things that deterred me was that they wouldn't let me join the choir unless I was a member for 6 months or more. That just threw me out.
Why?
Today I kind of understand it in a way, because it's such a big church, big choir. They want to make sure you committed. You know what I mean? But at that time it hurt me because that ain't where I come from. You know what I'm saying? Music is my ministry.
Right.
Is my ministry. And I know that there's no other ministry in that body that I belong in other than music. But it was so funny because I stopped going and never really truly found another church. And I've been here since 2013. And so even back home, people say, oh my God, you got to find a church. You're not in church. You're not this, you're not that. But do you know, Carla, that it took for me to realize that God is in me?
Literally.
He's in me. I know the word for myself. You know what I'm saying? A good word from a man up there, preaching is great sometimes, but I don't need to have a relationship with God only going to church. I got a relationship with him right here at home. We chat
Exactly. And I have plenty of friends that are preachers and ministers. My aunt's a minister. I got it all. But it's about relationship. It's not about, a lot of people make it about church, but it's about your relationship with your higher power, whomever you choose to worship. You know what I'm saying?
Correct. But I have been times where I'm like, well, do I believe in God? I have had those moments. I'm just going to be transparent.
Yeah, we all have. We all have, especially when something tragic happens and you just can't wrap your head around it. And you just told me your mother was killed. My brother-in-law, when I was married, he was murdered. Mistaken identity. Just it was crazy. I've lost several people to gun violence. So I'm really unlike other people, I believe in guns. I believe in guns, but I believe that people need to be taught gun safety.
And they also need to be in a stable mental state.
And that's what I was going to say. You should mentally, I think everybody literally has to have, like we see this guy. It just makes me so mad. The one who killed all the Jewish people this weekend. Yeah. If you don't like somebody, if you hate somebody, just guess what? Ignore them.
Yeah.
Keep it to you. Go. So what? That does not give you the right to go out here and terrorize and take other people's lives. Get it together.
It doesn't. But the crazy thing is, again, I don't get into politics. But when evil is at the top, it just trickles down. When hatred is at the top, it just trickles down.
My Lord.
So once again, like I said, the things that are happening and transpiring, I'm just the last book is literally flashing before our eyes. And at the end of the day, all you can do is pray and take care of yourself and take care of yours, because it's gonna
pray without ceasing. That's what the word says.
Yeah. It's gonna be what it's gonna be, and you just got to get yourself right. Make sure you're in the right place. And I'm just so big. I'm just a stickler on people just healing.
Yes.
Get healed. And again, the work is not easy, and you can't mask. You have people who walk around. What did my note say? And this was on point. My note said, you can look healed all day long. And that's what I said earlier. When I say that, I mean that, like, the not necessarily self-care.
Yes.
You can look healed. You can go keep your hair done and your nails done and got the latest and the fly gear and the latest purses and Gucci. You can look that way all day long.
Right.
That's not the important part. And when you're not internally healing, you're going to run yourself ragged. You're going to run yourself tired. You're going to be exhausted and you're going to be broke.
And not just broke, but broken, huh?
Yes. Yes.
And people need to really, I'm telling you, because sometimes people will trigger you. And that's how you know that you have work to do, because certain things, I had, baby, listen.
Now
I
that
can tell you
on a whole nother hour, because when that's how you know that you're in a healing mode. Because every time you turn around, something is triggering you. You like, wait a minute. Now you trying to bring the gangster. Okay, woosah.
And that's why I breathe. Like, for real, I just sit and breathe. I just be like,
I walk away. I just had an incident at a funeral happen, and I said, at a funeral 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, you know what? This is about the third time this person has triggered you. Walk away. Because the work that I have done, baby, you're not that powerful enough to take me back.
See, and that's when you know that you are growing, right?
I'm so proud of myself.
But also, now we talking about God. Now we're going to keep it real. This is where a lot of Christians go wrong. Or a lot of people, religious people, period. We always think of God as a God of peace and love and light. But the God of the Bible that I read,
freaking savage.
Sometimes. As people have to understand that you can either get this love and light color, or if the situation presents itself, you can get the chaos and destruction color. Now, which one do you really want to deal with? And certain things will send you there, namely your children.
Yeah.
Anybody messing with them, or sometimes them themselves will trigger you. Trust me.
Yes.
And you have to let them know that this ain't that. Like Mike Epps say, this ain't that.
Yeah.
People think Christian means pushover. People think I got a girlfriend that's she's Buddhist, but she is a skilled, and when I say skilled, fighter. Like real fighter, like MMA, boxing, all that stuff. Her hands are like lethal weapons, but she knows when to turn it on and she knows when to turn it off.
Yeah.
My sister's a boxer. Her hands are registered lethal weapons because she was a heavyweight champion. So she just can't walk out here in the street and punch somebody, because she can go to jail because her hands are on record as being a lethal weapon.
Yeah, like a
so that's why you have to use your mind.
Yes.
And a lot of people don't know how to sit and still their mind for longer than 2 or 3 minutes. I have ADD and I'm 51 years old and I do this all the time. And I literally have to make myself sit down.
But we assuming that you rocking back and forth because we can't see you.
No, I'm still right now. But I'm just saying, I have.
I heard it in your voice when you said, I be doing this. I said, she must be doing like this.
Girl, listen, on the inside, I be like, girl, sometimes I be like, wah, wah, wah. On the inside, I be looking just like this. And people don't know, honey. It be honey. The Holy Ghost be holding me just like this with his hands on my chest. I be like, baby.
I tell you, it's either I'm rocking back and forth or I'm shaking. I'm shaking. But it's just a lot of people that lacks emotional maturity.
And age has nothing to do with it.
No, it doesn't. A lot of people lack that. And when you are immature emotionally,
it shows.
Yeah, it does. And it does. So that healing process, that it's something else. But I tell people all the time, when you tap into it, it's the most peaceful, liberating thing ever. And when you get to that point, baby, that whole unbotheredness, She said,
Baby.
oh, okay. Whatever. He did what? Whatever.
And we're like, that's not my business. Because, I love to tell people that. That's not my business.
Right. They can have it.
And I mean it too. I don't care about that.
Yeah.
And it's not that I'm being rude. It's just that, I got enough stuff going on in my little, so I can't.
Yeah.
But as far as self-healing, you need to get you, let me show you. What I do with it? Oh, here it is. So everybody should get one. You can go to Five Below. You can go anywhere. But this is called the Me Journal. And I told my kids
so it's called the Me Journal?
The Me Journal.
Yeah, Me Journal.
And it's a questionnaire keepsake. And it has all these questions in here that you answer. Just random stuff. And you go back and put the dates on the pages, and you go back and look at what you were thinking around it. So I got stuff in here all the way back to 2018. I got this book in 2018. Okay. And back when I first got this book, one of the first, it has all kind of lists in it. Oh, what did he say? Oh, we can still see Carla Fine, not sure. Okay. I can see you.
We haven't been able to see you since we came back from the break.
Who, me?
Yeah, you haven't been on screen at all.
Are you serious?
Yes, that's why. And then when I told you, you was like, it's fine. I was like, oh, okay.
No, I didn't understand that's what you were saying.
Yeah, you have not been on screen since we came back from break.
I have not touched or done anything.
I don't know what VP doing. But I'm surprised.
Hold on. You can't see me right now?
No. That's why when I kept saying, we can't see you, but I'm assuming you're doing this.
Oh, he said you're fine. He said he can see me.
I don't see you. So he sees.
That's so weird because I see both of us on the screen.
I don't see it.
That is so weird. He said he sees both of us too.
Yeah. He said, you're fine. I see both of you. Anybody else? Sunshine, Sun 8, Sunshine. Make sure you guys go and subscribe to the Blast channel.
Please.
And make sure you subscribe to my podcast, which is at SayLess Podcast with Meiko. That's Meiko. I also have a Facebook page, SayLess Facebook page, going like that. Carla, tell the people where they can find you.
Oh, yes. Oh, look. And Lauren said she's seen both of us the entire time.
See?
You know what? I'm going to tell you what it is. When you go back and watch this, it's going to hit you different. Sometimes spirit doesn't want you to see what's good for you. Right? But you're going to see it anyway. You heard it, but you're going to go back and see it.
Yeah.
So you can find me. I'm on Facebook under Carla Simpson, Carla, and it's Simpson like Bart, like OJ, whichever one make you happy. I'm on Instagram under Afro 101. So it's AAHFRO 101. And I'm on TikTok under Afro 10. Okay. Because a long time ago, I used to have a little teeny weeny afro. And I was Afro. Instead of having an afro, I was Afro. The poet, I was Afro. And so I have become this person. But this questionnaire.
So I think I want to say that I seen that 5 and Below have some amazing books.
Do you hear me? I get stuff in there all the time. Self-help stuff.
That's where I got your aura color book from. And I want to say that I seen that it's a questionnaire. It's a bunch of questions that you ask.
Yeah, there's different ones. I got a rainbow journal. I got this one. And it doesn't matter. You can get out certain ones because different ones have different things. But I got this one in 2018. And throughout the years, I've gone in here and put stuff so at random. And in 2018, someone I always wanted to kiss was Idris Elba. Now, has that changed to 2025? Yes.
You kissed him?
No, I no longer desire him.
Oh, okay, girl. I was about to say, whoo, I'm jealous.
Girl, do you get
Oh, married
honey,
woman.
because
I'm
if he
jealous.
had to kiss me, he would not have that little wife he got right now. I promise you, he would not.
Idris ain't ready.
He would have been cougar ties. Do you hear me? Okay. So, but we have to do the little things, whatever it is that makes you happy. Some people is running, some people is walking, some people is writing, some people is what's that? What happened?
What
Oh.
happened?
My screen flicked. That was weird.
Let me tell you how some energy is not liking this. It's an energy ain't liking this conversation.
Because it's a healing conversation. And I guarantee you, somebody's going to get healed off of this show. Somebody's going to say, hey, Miko, I got in the mirror like your friend said. And girl, I cried. One of my girlfriends told me, she said, girl, I cried for an hour. I always tell people get in the shower and just visualize you washing the day off. Like literally, all the garbage going down the drain.
I raise my hands in the shower. And I put my mind in a mind frame of everything that's not like me, that's not supposed to be in me, and I'll just everything out the day. And I raise my hands and let that water just wash
ma'am,
all down.
I've had the most cathartic things happen in the water. Not just the shower. There's a reason why we get baptized. There's a reason why we get christened. There's a reason why some people, go submerge themselves in the water, because water is healing.
Yeah.
It's destructive, but it can be very healing too. Yeah. And
You're
getting in the water cleanses us, like not just cleanse the dirt, but it literally cleanses our spirit. Just like when you sit and listen to rain, it calms your soul down.
Yes.
On purpose, God made rain as a calming agent for us.
Yes.
Nature. I don't know. I had the craziest thing happen to me yesterday. I had 2 birds almost running to me at 2 separate times. And I sat and thought about it, because you know what birds are.
What color were they?
They're messengers. They were blackbirds. So I looked it up. Intuition and your ancestors telling you to stay alert. Because literally a bird, I was walking to my car, the bird almost ran into me like this. Like it flew out the sky and flew straight at me. And it hit the corner, and when I peeked around the corner, there was no bird in sight.
Yeah, that was a message.
Then I get to the store. I'm driving to the store. Bird literally it got this close to my windshield and stopped. And I said, okay.
Yeah. That was definitely a message. The second bird might have been trying to show out, you know what I'm saying, for the other girl bird. But that was definitely a message.
It was, and it put me on high alert.
Yeah.
And so I'm just paying attention.
I listened to what, when I sent you that thing in the inbox, and it's so funny because someone else reached out to me. I'm not reaching back out to them. I'm going to save mine for Myra. Somebody who I know is legit. But I keep getting the same messages from people who just keep, I guess they could be right. I'm not knocking anyone. But people reaching out to me wanting to give me a reading, they keep saying there's somebody around me that's envious of me, somebody's close that's envious of me, and they keep mentioning my ancestors have a message for me. That's what they keep mentioning. So that's why I said, let me go ahead and give Myra a call. I never seen so many cardinals Cardinals are the red birds, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, because my dear friend Rachel, who I lost 2 weeks ago, tragically, unexpectedly, only 39 years old. She used to always tell me that was her dad. They stayed at her bedroom window.
My dad is a cardinal. He comes back here all the time.
Stayed there. She said, girl, my daddy out here again early this morning. So the day after she passed, I was leaving out of my subdivision. Cardinal flew right in front of my car. I said, girl, you already busy, ain't you?
Well, I'm going to tell you a trick. Always look, when you see certain animals and they won't go away, like lately, the last few weeks, crows and rabbits.
Well, rabbits live in my yard. That's automatic.
That's crazy. I took a video. Did you see my video of the rabbit?
Yes, I did.
And so they just like, I got one that just come. I got birds that come. I got crows, but it's not what people think. Look up totem. So when you see an animal, look up like deer totem. If you keep seeing cardinals, look up cardinal totem. If you look up, whatever animal you keep seeing, put totem behind it. And it'll tell you exactly what that animal is trying to tell you and what their presence means.
It's TOTUM?
TOTEM, like a totem pole.
Oh, like a totem pole. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so like I said, and I've been seeing mad crows, not directly towards me, but rabbits live in my yard. They're in my yard more than anybody in this cul-de-sac. You look at my cameras from the side to the back, rabbits just be everywhere. I got a friend who from Louisiana and he eat them and skin them.
But guess what?
Don't touch these rabbits, baby.
Rabbits bring you abundance.
You know there was an owl on the top of my house? An owl lived on the top of my house when we first moved here.
Look up owl totem and be prepared to be blown away.
Okay. Yeah.
God sends us everything we need. The ancestors, they tell us stuff because they can't just come and say and talk to us because they know it'll really flip us out.
Yeah.
The average ones of us,
Right.
But they do talk to us through nature all the time, or they send us signs. And the best way for the spirit world to communicate with us is through flame and through birds.
Yeah.
And if you sit and watch a candle, you'll start hearing somebody speaking in your head. I'm not playing. It really happens.
If you stare at a candle,
watch the flame,
and
it'll start. It's almost like it'll be like communicating with you, and you'll be like, but then you'll get all these thoughts and start writing stuff down. And it's like, wow. And I've done it plenty of times. Whenever I hit a creative wall, I go watch a flame. I'll light a candle and just watch it.
Yeah.
And all kinds of things will come to me and I write them down.
Yeah, because you do get it's like people who love fire. They just sit and stare in the fire. And that's a whole nother subject. We'll either,
girl, we could talk all day.
I know you need to come back and visit me, or I'll come back and visit you to carry on, because I know that even in my house, every 3 to 5 months, I write on a all white candle, and I write everything from love, prosperity, health. I write it on the candles, on the glass,
and burn it. Yes, ma'am.
Let it burn all the way down to the wick, and it's gone. And I throw them outside. My sister taught me that. And so people just don't realize that that's another part that helps you heal, finding your peace. My daughter and my husband, oh, here she go with this witchcraft again. Like, I bless my home on the first. I do cinnamon and sea salt. And I say the affirmations, and I stand outside my door and I blow it in my house.
Baby, that's not witchcraft. That's our ways. And we have been brainwashed to think that everything that is of us is demonic and witchcraft. But really what it is powerful, because if it wasn't powerful, why were they so adamant about taking it away from us and then using it themselves?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. So they be laughing at me and, what did I ask your ancestors? I'm like, y'all keep on being funny, because one of the reasons why y'all protected is me. So keep on being funny and saying whatever you like to say.
Oh, you won't.
That's all I know. So,
my kids used to laugh at me, and now they on the bandwagon. They be burning sage, praying, talking to their ancestors just like they crazy mama. And guess what? I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Absolutely.
So,
but I know we done ran over our time, BP. I know
yes.
you're crazy. We can't see you, but you're looking at us crazy.
I am so, this is wild. I am looking right at you.
I don't see nothing but these blue lips and teeth and two teethuses and myself.
And everybody else can see me.
Yeah, that is so weird. I don't know what happened.
Are you on a computer?
I'm on my computer. And once we came back from break, I didn't see anything else.
I don't know what. I promise you, when you go back and watch it, you're gonna be like, I'm right here. I promise you, girl. It's a spider. Okay.
Yeah, but no, I thank you so much for joining the podcast today. I really do appreciate you.
Thank you.
You know, it's always hard. I always tell people they're more than welcome to be a guest on my podcast, use my podcast for their, to promote their business, use the platform to promote yourself. I am open to suggestions and topics. A lot of times, some of my topics come off the dome. Sometimes I go to my assistant for my topics, which is, Chat GPT.
Yes.
And so, but I'm always welcoming guests to come on. I know that I changed my time from Wednesdays at 12 to Tuesdays at 6 here in Texas, because a lot of people will always say I want to be on it, but they're at work. So
right.
Tuesdays at 6, but then that's still not good enough because people are still in traffic at 6. And whatever the case may be, but I'm always open to guests being on, suggestions for topics. But again, I so appreciate you, Carla.
I appreciate you. And I just love, and I forgot to say, y'all go check out one of my movies on Tubi. Please run them up.
Really?
Go see. I got 6 out there now? 7? 6, 7.
Do you really?
Yeah. So I think the one, I love all the movies I'm in. Let me just say that. But Bloodline of the Jewel is on Tubi.
Okay.
And Amazon Prime. Sympathy for the Narcissist is on Tubi. What Fairy Tale is on Tubi. Couch Party is on Tubi. What else? I'm missing something. Counterplay is on Tubi. The Bridge, which is a series about drug addiction in the United States. It's a 3-part series and I'm on episode number 2, but watch the whole series and you're going to be like, oh, okay. It's really good. It's also on Tubi and on Amazon Prime. Bloodline of the Jewel is also on Peacock. So if you have Peacock, you can watch it there. I just finished filming What Fairy Tale 2 like a month or so ago. And I know we're getting ready to be filming Sympathy for the Narcissist soon and Bloodline of the Jewel 2. So I'm busy and I'm happy and I'm blessed.
Awesome. That is so amazing. And I was approached, and I'm going to say this so we can go and get off here so VP can get to work. I used to be in plays.
Okay, yeah.
And I enjoyed it. And somebody my friend Lynette, she texted me the other day and said, when you going to start doing plays and musicals again? She was like, I really enjoyed that. And I said, we went to Jason Lyric's play that just came here. Me and one of my friends, Demetrius, who I was in plays with. And we both said, we miss it. We miss it. I miss the acting.
I'm doing one next week. I'm doing Queen and Slim. I'm playing Queen. Yeah,
I do. I really do miss it. The lady that wrote the plays and that we work with, she's just really not focused on that anymore right now. But I would love to dive back in. I'm in an era where, my real estate. Also, if anybody's in the DFW area and you're looking for an amazing realtor that's in sneakers, hit me up. But real estate, that's an iffy industry. And so, I look for things to do in between. I'm looking for a 9 to 5, or maybe a 12, maybe a 7 to 12. We ain't gonna say 9 to 5. We're gonna say a 7 to 12, something like that. But in between time, because again, that's therapy. Because
Right.
the place I'm in, it involves music. Music is everything to me.
It is
And
to me too. Yes.
so it's just therapy. But I do appreciate you for joining. I thank everybody who came on and participated. And
Thank you,
engaged.
everybody. I could not read y'all comments on the right. What is that? Facebook or YouTube?
It's YouTube, because remember, we are not on Facebook anymore. It's really hard. So I'm on my.
I can't see it, and I notice when I get on other people's podcasts now, they don't see when I comment either.
Well, you can see it, but because
I can't see it.
It doesn't live on Facebook anymore. So that's why these comments are like they are, because it's strictly YouTube now.
So once I go on YouTube, I could probably see them.
You'll be able to see them, but of course, you'll be responding later. So
Right.
And I have my glasses on. I still can't see, and I got a 55-inch monitor. And
I am so sorry that I did not. If I didn't respond to y'all, it's because I cannot see it. It's teeny. It's like this.
I haven't seen them since I left North Carolina before now. Who is that, Lauren? Haven't seen them since.
What, crows?
Oh, Cardinals, because she said she's never seen so many cardinals when she stepped outside her house. Okay.
Girl, cardinals are always your ancestors. And then one day, girl, listen, my daddy, his sister, and his brother all got on a tree back here and were singing to me. And I know it was them because it was just like them in real life when they were together.
Aww.
And it was so crazy.
Yeah.
It was just,
She said that. She was like, girl, my daddy out here loud as hell early in the morning. She would always say it. And I said, well, there you have it. He trying to let you know everything gonna be all right, sugar.
Well, and y'all tune in to Crazy Carla's Concoctions podcast this Thursday on Blast Music 247 at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you're in Dallas, y'all an hour behind us, right?
Yes. So 7
So
o'clock.
it's 7 p.m. your time.
Yes.
But tune in. I have a very interesting guest this week.
Uh-oh. You always have amazing guests.
She's a healer.
Oh, yeah. And I told VP, I'm gonna have to go on the blast, and I'm gonna have to put everybody's shows and times in my calendar. I know I'm subscribed to Blast and I like it, and typically you do get an alert, but a lot of times I don't get an alert that somebody's podcast is about to start.
Sometimes I do, and sometimes I don't. It seems like it's just fickle sometimes.
Yes, it does. So I just told myself that I'll just go look through, and if I put it in my phone, that morning it's gonna say, "Hey, Crazy Carla's podcast today at 7 o'clock." And that's the way I'm just gonna have to do it. Like I be wanting to join the it's a poetry one. It's
Sunshine.
Yeah. Is that Sunshine? Yeah. So I'm like, okay, I don't know which date, and then I get busy. I'm out somewhere singing songs. You know what I'm saying?
Or it could be Paul Cram, because he has one too, the Louisiana Lyrical Lounge.
That's it. Because I met him when we all got on that Zoom to meet each other.
Yeah. So okay, he has a show also. Yeah,
I'm gonna do that. That way it's in my calendar, and then I can't miss it. And the good thing is, no matter where I am, I could watch it. You know what I mean? So
right.
I don't like doing these from my phone, because I feel like that age starting to kick in with me, where you trying to simplify things, even though I'm a technical person. And
we have to do what we have to do, because when I get off of here with you, I'm going straight into learning these lines for this play that I'm doing next Saturday.
I remember them days.
No, 2 weeks, the 14th, correction.
Yeah. Learning them lines, girl, learning them lines. But I wish you much success, and I wrote them movies down. I'm gonna go look, because I've been on Tubi. I switched between Tubi, Prime, and Netflix. But I definitely will go check them out. And you enjoy the rest of your amazing week.
You too. I hope you have a fabulous week, fabulous weekend, and happy healing to you, because we're always in the process of healing.
Yes,
and so, everyone, happy healing. And do yourself a favor, get out there and get you some vitamin D this week. Go in the sunshine.
Absolutely. I mean, we got to get a little cloudiness out here. You know, we're supposed to rain tonight and spotties or whatever, but that sun breaks out from time to time. So you're absolutely right.
Yes.
You are absolutely. So everybody that joined us today, thank you again so much. And you guys have an amazing week. And VP, you have an amazing week. And stay blessed, everybody. Thanks for joining.
Bye, y'all.